Hi everyone, have you ever been intrigued by fire walking? I know I certainly have. Today's guest, Kate, holds fire walking ceremonies. I can't wait to talk to her. And also cacao ceremonies, so the beautiful plant medicine of cacao. And as always, her details are going to be in the description below. So let's not wait any longer. Let's just get into it. Hi, Kate, welcome. So I know so many people that we've spoken to have had real kind of heartfelt stories that's taken them into spirituality, but you're one of the lucky ones. You've lived it from childhood. So are you happy to tell us a little bit about your childhood and how spirituality, was part of your everyday life?
Yeah, absolutely. I was really fortunate that from a very young age, my mom always had a bookshelf full of spirituality books, which always made me curious about what was she reading and the titles of the book as well. And then my family, my uncle is a transmedium and is part of the spiritualist church. So going to spiritualist church and having spiritual experiences and transmedium experiences was all part of the norm for me. So it was all very normal as growing up as a child of having all these different experiences that was readily available to me. It was quite exciting, really, when I look back at it.
Yeah. So transmedium, what does that mean?
Just about to ask that.
Yeah.
You're going to put me on the spot now, aren't you? So you have quite a few platform mediums where they go on the stage, they connect to spirit and they read messages as well. Transmediumship is when they kind of go into a trance. They're gently sat down and they offer this physical body to be taken over by spirit. And the voice can change, their posture can change. If it's a male, it can have a female voice or a child's voice that comes through, and it comes through with 100% pure love and light, because whoever is doing the transmediumship will actually have supporters and guides with them, like physical people, to help hold the energy and hold the protection as well. So it's quite interesting. If you've never seen it, it's
I went to the Arthur Finley College of
Development. Did you?
Yeah, I was there on a course, and we were in a circle, and a guy actually could do that. And I remember being sat there and I could feel whatever was coming into his body was getting bigger and bigger, to the point I actually fell off my chair sideways because it was so strong.
What, the energy pushed you off? Your energy?
Because I think when a spirit comes into the body, their energy field expands.
It is, because it's a bigger vibration.
It's a bigger vibration. And because I was quite young when I went, I just and I must have been quite deep, and I know I'm closing my eyes right now, but I literally just tipped and I fell off the chair. And then he channeled this gentleman that came through.
It's very special, because you've got to be really mindful of your own energy, your own vibration. The people that are holding space with you, you've got to trust 100%. And I was invited to a closed group as well, a spiritual group, when I lived down in Devon. And we had experiences where the room was completely shut into darkness, where we had the transmediumship happen and all sorts of stuff.
Really? Well, I'm fascinated, because I've never experienced anything like this. One thing that Kerry's always doing is she can really feel. I mean, I can feel things, but Kerry will say things to me and I'm like, I feel a little bit jealous. that I can't feel that. But to do something like that absolutely fascinates me. That it could have been quite scary as a child to see that. Do you remember when you saw it, like, for the first time?
I think it was beautiful because I obviously trusted my uncle and my aunt, who were always holding space, so I always felt very comfortable to be able to ask the questions. So my granddad, he passed, and I loved my granddad. He kind of wrote letters to me from the frog that was living in the pond.
Oh, did it? And you remember, that's a good granddad.
And you remember, like, the Tetley Tea, the chimps that would, like, he used to collect all the cards for me. So I love my granddad. He was the salt of the earth. He was a beautiful, beautiful soul. And then he passed very sadly of cancer. And I remember going to see him in a hospice, and he was just skin and bones. And I just, like, he's already gone. I already felt that he was already gone. And I couldn't express that because my mom was so upset. But then when I was sat with my aunt and uncle and we were just going through an experience, I said, I can really feel something strongly on my side, on my arm. And my uncle was then encouraging me to explain it so I could understand it. And it was my granddad. So I learned from a very young age how to recognise when a soul with pure love had come through, trying to give me those little nudges and to say, I'm here. And of course, my nan passed, so I've learned how to recognise when my nan's around as well, which is a very, very different energy, but I still know it's my nan. So it's having that safety, that trust as well.
So how do you know it's your nan?
My nan, I used to be really scared of her.
Did you?
I really did. She was a formidable lady. And when you become an adult and you look back on your childhood, you understand things with a new set of eyes. When you're a mum yourself, you see things very, very differently. She was a survivor. That's who she was. She had, oh my God, I think it was 5 children. I'm really sorry, Mum, if that's wrong. So it was a big family that she had. And so it was her survival back in that period of time. You know, life was challenging. It was tough to survive, particularly if you had pregnancies when you weren't married as well. So my nan, I know that it's like this really strong energy. It's this real, like a warrior sort of feeling, but it has that gentleness to it as well. With my granddad, it's just very, very gentle and soft. It's kind of the essence of who he was when he was around anyway.
Yeah. Wow, I love that. I just love it. It's so cool. So, do you know, there's one thing I need to talk to you about and I can't wait. So we might just dip in and out all over the place because I'm so fascinated by it. You do fire walking.
Oh my God, yes.
Which fire walks. I am so desperate to do this.
You come along. It's amazing.
I've got plans. I'll talk to you about that afterwards. But
we were talking about this in the car.
Yeah.
When I first, because I've actually tried it because I went to one of the events, is I don't know whether you've seen the film. I can't remember which one it is, but it's Romance in the Stone or Jewel of the Nile.
Okay.
Danny DeVito in it. Have you seen
like going hot, walking across. Is that the one?
No, he goes, hackles, or something like that. And that's all I've had as a vision when I first heard about fireworks. That they used coals, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. It was really interesting how I became a facilitator, and it was a pure example of synchronicities and things just falling into place. It's something that was never on my agenda to actually learn how to do. But then all of a sudden I was kind of overwhelmed about, you've got to learn how to do the firewalking. And I'm like, well, where's this come from? But you really need to. So I started doing the research, and there's quite a few businesses around and companies that offer the firewalking, and nothing seemed to resonate. It all seemed to be either too commercial, too rah-rah, or I just didn't feel that it was right, or if it was more into ego. And I was like, I really want to do this, but I want to do it with the right person. Yeah. And then my mentor propped up, and I was like, I looked into her, researched her, and you know, you go onto Instagram and you look at the website and you sit with it and you feel into it. I'm like, this is the person that I want to go and learn with. And her name's Lottie Moore, and she runs a business called Wild Soul Tribe. So I got in contact with her. I was like, look, I don't know why, but I really like to do it. She goes, well, funnily enough, because generally she just does her trainings either in Florida or in Ireland. And she'd done one, this was, oh my goodness, I think last year, last year, beginning of last year, I think it was April last year. And she had booked a training that was in the UK, up north, I think over near Cumbria, where I think it was. And it was the only time that she booked to be in the UK. So it was actually scheduled for October, and then she got in touch with me. She goes, Kate, someone's actually dropped out and actually paid forward their place, and I've just got a strong pull to offer it to you. I'm like, okay.
There we go.
And because I do a lot of festivals and events, it was like the only week in the entire month that I had free. I was like, okay, there's something in this. Yeah, I can't say no. I've got to get this mind out and just go for it. So fortunately, my mum was around so she could look after the children. So I packed the truck and off I go up to the north. And it was the wettest, the windiest, the coldest week ever. But I have learned you can light a fire when it rains.
Yeah.
So, it was amazing. Yeah. I learned so much, so much. There was only 5, 1, 2, 3, 5 of us in total, in the middle of nowhere. In a beautiful place, in my little shepherd's hut with my little log fire, thinking sparks coming out the chimney because I was trying to keep one thing. I'm going to set the place on fire. That would be ironic, wouldn't it? And the first time I ever walked on the fire was the evening that I got there.
No.
Yeah. It was
really
the first time I ever walked on the fire, and she opened the fire up, and everyone of course was like, "I'm not going to be first. I'm not going to be first." I'm like, "I'm going to do it. Just going to do it. Just get over myself. Just don't do it."
But did you not have any training to walk across it?
She kind of like explained, you got to keep your head up, just walk with purpose, and just do it. And it was very short fire, so it was literally the left and the right foot on, and then you were off. So it was just like a little taster of it as well. But the first time I walked, I got a blister.
Did you?
They were so pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was the only one, and it was like underneath my big toe, and it was like about that sort of big. I sat in my bed at night, and I was so upset. Thinking, why did I get it? But then I pulled myself together.
Yeah.
Come on, let's look at this.
Yeah.
Why have you got it? Let's look at reflexology points as well.
Yeah. Ah, that's exactly. Yeah. And why did you get it?
Exactly. So I looked at reflexology points, thank you, Google, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, who am I to run firewalks if I don't get a blister? Because how do I know how it feels?
Exactly.
So then the following morning, we always start off with a share, and I shared this with everybody. And the other guys, they all sat back, they folded their arms, they went, I want to get a blister.
Yeah, exactly.
So then I thought, well, can I carry on walking? And of course you can carry on walking, you just don't pop it. And I was I really wanted to.
Yeah.
What was, if you don't mind me asking, what was it representing?
Oh, I was desperate to know that as well. Yeah.
I can't really remember. I don't want to guess in case there's anyone that really knows reflexology and say that I'm wrong. So I can't remember, but it was really, really poignant to that time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we learned so much, not only fire walking, but glass walking, which I actually broke down. Before I walked on the glass, I was like
glass walking,
walking on broken
They do that
glass.
in India, don't they? These people like throw themselves onto all this.
So, hang on a minute. Wait, what? So what's the difference between glass walk? I mean, obviously it's glass, and it's
it's broken bottles.
The like spiritually or like what?
You literally take your shoes and socks off and walk on the glass.
Is it just a case of it's just another option? If you don't want to do the
it can all be a package because we also did the arrow breaking, and we also did wall breaking, like the karate chopping, break walls. We know we did that too. But the fire walking, it was just meant to be, and we ended up at the last time doing a 50-foot fire walk, which was amazing. But the glass walk, and I faced it every single time. But the glass walking got me. I was sitting in the corners crying my eyes out a lot.
What type of glass?
Green glass.
About the table. I got excited then. So why do this?
Facing your fears.
Yeah.
Facing your fears. And it's self-belief. It's getting rid of the self-limiting beliefs that you have as well. Yeah. And it's really bringing to the surface. I mean, the glass walking really got me from something in the past that I thought I got over, and I hadn't. Obviously I hadn't, because I wouldn't. And I was really wanting to be last, and I couldn't be last because it's one guy that had diabetes, and of course if he nicked himself, he's going to bleed. Yeah. So you go, Kate, you can't be the last one. I was like, but I really want to be the last one, and I couldn't. So then I had never held Lottie's hand so tightly.
Really?
And she held my hands the entire time, and then I did it, and I sat down. I was like, I've got to do it again. But standing by myself. And going by myself.
And doing it.
Yeah. So with the fire walking, you're walking with purpose, and you're walking at a brisk pace. Yeah. With the glass, it's completely the opposite. It's like mindful walking. You place your foot down. You've got to really be mindful of where your foot is being placed as well. So it's completely the opposite to fire walking, but equally as powerful.
Fascinated by this. So do you know what your fears are? Does it bring your fears up? So do you kind of do work on what the fears are before you firework? Firework.
Got fireworks going off when you're doing the firework. That'd be awesome.
Well, we know what type of fire she's having.
or is it... or I don't know. I can't envision.
Really?
So,
it depends what the purpose is. When I do the firewalks, there's always a lead up. So I always invite people to come and light the fire with me, because I think that's really important. Putting the intention into the fire.
And herbs as well.
Really?
Yeah.
There's herbs.
Yeah, we put the herbs on the fire as well. So it's quite a spiritual approach, really. And it's about putting your attention in. Then there's a time where the fire is quite fierce and quite big. It's big flames, and then for it to die down to charcoal, so it's wood, so it's down to charcoal, so it's not down to the ash, because it's pointless walking on ash, really. So between the time of the fire being lit to then the time that the fire is good to walk, there's generally activities to happen to actually set that intention and break through those limiting beliefs. So then by the time you come to the fire, you're like, right, I'm going to do this. And then I'm there to help and support and be your biggest cheerleader. And the energy just happens, because everyone is just so excited
and empowered. Have you got some amazing stories of people that have you got?
Hi guys, just taking a short break just to let you know our next guest next week. All I'm going to say is vaginas. Please join us for our next episode, all about womb healing. Back to the episode.
Have you got some amazing stories of people that have you got? One that you can share?
Absolutely. There's a couple that I did a very small retreat. It was probably about 9 people in total, and I hold regular gatherings with the cacao as well. And we have a day retreat where it's the cacao and the firewalk. So the whole day is leading up to the firewalk. Like, let's get rid of whatever is blocking you, because you obviously want to do the firewalk. And we had one job we still have, of course, he's still with us. And he's still an absolute inspiration. He had walking disabilities, and he was in a mobility scooter majority of the time, and always when he came to the gatherings, he's always sat in a chair or he had a stick, so he had some restrictions. And we released that we're going to do this day retreat, and it's going to be part of the firewalk. And he comes up, Kate goes, I really want to do the firewalk, but I'm not sure if I can do it. I said, well, you're halfway there, because you said you want to do it. So if you want to do it, then I'm sure you will do it. So we had a lot of messages backwards and forth just to give him the reassurance and give him different approaches. You know, you could walk with one foot on the fire with your stick, because if he was wobbly, he needed to have that support, and then you can turn around and walk with the other foot as well. That's just one example. So it was different approaches. And so the time came, and I could see he was like really thinking about it and working on his positive mindset as well. And we lit the fire, and then everyone, as soon as I declared the fire open for people to walk, they just started straight away. And there was one lady who'd been to a number of firewalks, so she comes up to me, she goes, Kate, I have never seen people so eager to walk the fire as I have tonight, because they were just so confident and ready to walk the fire. So I was just already in such a blissful state that we were just walking. And then this gentleman, I see him, he's walking, he was up and he was walking, he comes behind me, and he's like over 6 foot tall and I'm not. And he kind of like bends down over me, he goes, I'm going to walk the fire. I'm like, okay. So I had to clear everyone away for safety aspects. And so myself and my friend who helps me to fire tend, we were there to support him. And he just got there and he was off. He did it on the fire, both feet at the same time, without a stick, without any assistance. And he did it, and not just once. He did it again and again. And the beauty of that is that he's now going to be a dad, and he's also now just got the keys to his first house. So that he's own.
That's lovely.
And he put in our group, because we have a private group, but anyone that comes to our ceremonies, to give them the ongoing support. And he goes, I don't believe that I'd be living the life I am now without the group of the support of the monthly gatherings and doing the firewalk, because that's given him the self-belief that, you know what, if he puts his mind to it, he can do anything.
He can do anything. I love that.
So
beautiful.
So would you say firewalking is a tool to access that mind of not believing in yourself and all those those blocks within yourself. So the fire is there is to kind of really home into those thoughts and those negative thoughts for you to push through that you can do something.
So if you think about it, when we were young and when we were children, we were programmed that fire was dangerous. You're going to hurt yourself. Be careful. Don't touch that. That's hot. And like, even if we had like a gas fire or a bonfire or a barbecue or anything, it was always be careful, stand back. You've got to have the safetiness as well behind that. So from a very young age, we've been programmed that it was hot. If you go back generations, ancestral wise, with the witches as well, you always burnt at the stake. And so even generational and ancestral, we've had that fear of fire that's been put in us. So it is releasing. It's very much releasing of what no longer serves us and having that inner belief that we can do anything that we put our minds to.
So what's the history of firewalking? Where's it come from?
A lot of it has been rite of passage as well. And there's this, where the tribes, I think it's in Africa, where they actually gather the hot embers and they like brush it all over their body. And it's crazy, some of the things that they do, but it's been a history of firewalking for many, many years. And also with, boys coming into manhood, they light the fire and they jump over the fire. It's like leaving the boy behind and leaping over the fire to become the man.
Yes, I've heard of that actually before. So how was your experience then when you did it? How did you feel?
I was quite apprehensive. I think I went really quiet. I went really quiet, and I didn't go first. I was kind of watching everybody, but I did it, and it didn't hurt. I think I was saying to you in the car, it was my feet. It was stingy. I'd say quite stingy in your feet. Yeah. But there was a kind of like build up within me, like, oh my God, But I was quite determined in my mind that I was going to go across it. But I didn't do it again. I only did it once.
Did you? Yeah.
Sometimes once is just enough. And when I did that small retreat with the gentleman, it was really interesting because everyone walked once. And we had time that everyone could walk on again. But the energy changed. Everyone like, well, I've done it. I said, don't be cocky. Don't be cocky.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a safety aspect. Once you don't have that respect and you become cocky about it, that's when you lose it, and that's when the magic of the fire it changes, and then that's when you have like what is called like a fire kiss. It's like just a little red mark on your face, doesn't hurt or anything. It's just like, oh, I'm here. You're walking on fire, just to let you know.
Yeah, that's a great analogy actually for life, isn't it? Because I think anything that you face that's difficult, you have to respect. I grew up on the water with the sea, and the one thing that was drilled into me is the sea's beautiful, but you have to respect it. And it's the same. It's with plants, with all those
with money
things.
as well, isn't it?
It's respect, isn't it?
It really is. It's the energy.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
We are completely on trend with this podcast today because Leo, we're just going into Leo, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
And that's the fire element. And we went to a drumming circle last night, and it was all about the fire element. So it's very. I just thought I'd point that out.
It is very. She knows what we're on. I don't.
It all resonates. I'm like,
in every partnership, you have to have someone who knows what they're doing. And that's scary.
Just thought I'd point that out there. We're on trend.
Yeah, we are on trend.
I have to research. It's fire.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, I've had every app to try and tell me what's.
You got Kerry now.
Exactly. I have. That's the truth.
I'm the geek.
Yeah.
Have a Kerry.
Yeah. Everyone has got to have a Kerry. Absolutely. So just one more question on that, because we can talk about because I really want to talk about the cacao as well, because I am just such a lover of plants and nature and the medicine that we get from plants. But have you ever anyone who refused to walk the fire?
Not yet.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
I've had a lot of people I haven't had a lot of people, I tried that. I've had people who have procrastinated.
Yeah.
But then you remind them.
Yes.
You remind them what they're here. You remind them of their power, of what they've done previous in that time that they're there, a retreat or the experience that's led them to this point of just about to step on the fire, and they go, oh yes, let's go.
Exactly. Exactly.
And do you know what? If people do refuse to walk the fire, that's equally as powerful, because sometimes people just aren't ready.
Yeah.
But even being part of the experience of lighting the fire, of feeling the power, energy from the fire, sometimes that's just enough, because everyone's on a different healing journey, and sometimes it can be just too much for that particular person to walk. And we celebrate them as much as the people that do walk the fire, because it's important. But you don't want them to feel, well, I failed because I didn't walk the fire. You haven't, because you've still been part of it. You still faced it. You still lit it. You still felt the energy. You still received the beautifulness from the fire as well. So it's equally as important and just as brave.
I will say, when I did it, my favourite part, as well as walking the fire, was the build-up, lighting the fire. We all put an intention, and we all took some herbs, because you hand-blended, you specifically picked herbs for that day, because it was an Empowerment Woman's Day. Yeah. And we all took a pinch of the herbs, and then we put them into the fire. And that was amazing. That was amazing. You're going to love it.
I can't wait.
You're going to love it. Yeah.
Why do you love it? What do you get as a facilitator? You know,
just seeing women just rocking it and being so happy and
rocking it.
Yeah. Just them just loving it and really embracing themselves. It makes me just grow and just there's no words for it, really. No. So I just feel it, and it makes me so happy. It really does.
So anyone who's listening, why would they want to come and walk across the fire?
If you've got the calling, you got the calling.
Okay.
Yeah, if you see fire, or got fire on your mind, or if it's always playing on your mind, or you see things that are popping up everywhere and anywhere, you know, there's little signs that the universe loves to give you, then you know that it's your time. Yeah. It's your time. Or if you feel the urge but go, I'm really scared, I don't know if to do it or not. Just be there. You know, it's just equally as courageous not to walk as it is to walk. Just being in that environment and that experience is special, really, really special. But also, you know, finding those people that resonate with you.
Yeah, I was just thinking then, for anybody out there who is lacking that fire element in their life, who needs to acknowledge that fire, or relight up that fire. Relight my fire. Sorry, I couldn't help it there. Had to drop that one in. But, you know, on a serious note, you know, I know you mentioned about if you're drawn to it and you've got that sign, but also I think if you are lacking that fire to kind of bring in that energy, that's why you would come also, I would have thought.
Absolutely. That's why one of the reasons why I was so surprised of wanting that having that calling of doing the firewalk facilitator training is because I'm an earth element. And so when I had that big pull to go and learn, I was like, but that doesn't make sense. But then the fire's a great teacher. With every single fire that I've done, you know, I've done the small retreats, and I've done a fire for at a festival for about 100 people, which is a completely different experience.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
And I've seen other people do fires at festivals. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on here? But each time the fire, for me, as a facilitator of building it and lighting it and watching it, has been a reflection of where I'm at in my growth and my journey as well. And it's really, really interesting to watch that as well. There's, you know, sometimes the fire will burn like a textbook fire, and other times you're like, holy crap, this is a big fire. What's going on here? Yeah. And when it's kind of died down a little bit after the ferociousness has come out, and you have that breathing space where you're not focusing entirely on it, you can take those videos in slow that you look back on, and then you go, now I can see what was in the fire and what was being shown to me at that time. So even though I'm holding space for other people, it's still a massive learning and healing for me, being facilitator for everybody else, which is just magical.
Can I ask a geeky question?
I love geeky questions.
For the geeks out there, what is the type of wood that you use?
Secret, I can't tell you that.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Honestly?
No.
Oh. Oh my God. I believe that.
So did I. I was like, oh my God, it's magic. I felt like a child, I was thinking.
It is the secret of firewalking, is the type of wood that you use. If you use like the hard woods, like the oaks.
Yeah.
Even most experienced firewalkers wouldn't really walk on oak because it's going to be really, 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 really hot.
Okay.
But then you can't use the real soft woods because when it gets burnt down, it's going to be ash.
Yeah.
And you're not going to have a very good experience walking on ash.
Mm.
So it is using the right types of wood and not kiln drying wood, which a lot of wood around at the moment is kiln drying. Again, because if it's kiln drying, it's going to burn really hot.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Mm. Thank you for that. Because I know there might be somebody out there going, what type of wood?
Yeah. Yes. Don't try this at home. Okay?
No, don't.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Don't go make a little fire in your garden and go, no, don't.
Yeah, they're garden fires.
It's going to be the new trend.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's fab.
Wow.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, one of my biggest loves is plants and plant medicine. I'm right at the beginning of that journey, but the calling is unreal. I'll never be able to put it into words unless somebody's experienced that themselves. And cacao is actually the very first thing that I had. So tell us about beautiful cacao.
Well, it's interesting how it came into my life, really, because myself and my partner actually started the business first.
Yeah.
Which was then Mama's Cottage Mushrooms, but it's now we've rebranded and relaunched into Enchanted Earth. So we started off
that name, by the way. I think that's lovely. Yeah.
We started off with lion's mane, and then we sold it fresh. It got sold out. This is before mushrooms were even known.
Yeah.
So we've watched it grow and be on trend very, very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Then we started off at Ludlow Market, and then it just grew and grew and grew. But then with the growing business and being a couple as well, we're like, well, I want to go and have some fun, not being absorbed by work the whole time.
Yeah.
So when the children were away at their father's, we discovered something called Cacao Club.
Is that the one in Shrewsbury?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pablo's. Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's
I don't know about this.
fabulous.
It is.
We've got to go.
It's really
it's
good.
Just brilliant. Yeah.
So basically, Cacao Club is that you went along, you sat in circle, you had a cup of cacao, you had a blessing, you had some stretches, and then bang on some old time dance music, like right in our ear.
Yeah.
It was awesome. You just like have a good old dance, and at the end of that, you laid down and generally had some sort of sound bath, be it gongs or crystal singing bowls, or you invited someone along. And it was great. It was really, really good. So that was my first introduction to cacao. And I was like, this is interesting. Yeah. I really like this. Yeah. This is like your healthy chocolate.
Yeah.
What's going on? So like with the business, with all the mushroom and herbs that we have, we were always very ethically minded of where we source everything from. So we like to back trace it and find out the story. So that's exactly what I did with cacao. And I said to my partner, look at this. This is really great. And he's like, yeah, but it's chocolate. And I'm like, it's not just chocolate. So my journey with cacao just kind of grew and grew and grew.
Yeah.
And then we started incorporating it into the business, and we started sourcing it, and then we were selling it as well. And then I started doing cacao ceremonies. And I always knew I wasn't going to be just solo doing cacao ceremonies. I always knew that I was going to be working with somebody.
Yeah.
And so I went through a few partnerships, and they didn't really quite work out. And I found Matt, who runs Golden Glow Healing, which is Terra Bay Reiki, and he does crystal singing bowls, and lithomacy, which is the old divination with crystals, which is quite special.
Yeah, that was a great plug, by the way.
Yeah.
Got to share the love.
Yeah.
But together we just work, we just sync with cacao ceremonies, which are three hours long.
Yeah.
But then that's just grown, and then we work at festivals doing cacao ceremonies. But for me personally, cacao has been really special, that it's really held me and kept me centered, and just kept reminding me of the femininity, or keep dropping into your heart space. And it's okay to drop into your heart space. It's tough being females sometimes, having so many different hats, of running a business, of being a mom, of running a house and having animals and, all the different hats that we have to wear on a day-to-day basis. So it just kept reminding me just to drop into your heart space and just stop. And for me, it's the ritual of making it in the mornings, because it's not just a case of flicking your kettle on. You have to get your saucepan out. You've got to slow down. You've got to not boil it, because otherwise it just ruins it. And just taking time, because then you start the day when you want to start it, not the day taking charge of you. The alarm clock's not going off. You don't have to pick up your phone straight away. That can just wait. You sit there and set your intention with the day. And the children join in sometimes as well. They have their shot of cacao as well, which is always lovely.
I love that. That's nice. So what is cacao's backstory? When you were tracing the backstory. So what is cacao?
So it's original chocolate. So we did have cacao. We've now got cacao from Peru, which I'll come back to. We also had cacao from Guatemala, and we also had cacao from Venezuela. All very different energies. Yeah. So I just had to go with what I resonated with, because if I feel it, then I'm quite happy to share it as well.
Absolutely.
So Guatemalan and Venezuelan was great. For some people preferred those, but they can go and source those. But for me to work with it with the Peruvians, the Peruvian cacao is from the first indigenous, can never say that, cooperative. In Peru. So the farmers, they bless the cacao and they harvest it all by hand. And it's not in like massive batches. It's just a cooperative. So there's different farmers all working together. So a part of the business, we have the Non-Slavery Act and ethical trading and all that in place as well. So that's really, really important. So I'm in direct contact with the cooperative, because that's important for me. I have got someone else that imports it over, so then I don't have to pay the shipping costs. Wisely. But it's important where it's come from, and I have a big desire to go over to go and see for myself. And take my own pictures and go and see the farmers for myself and see the process for myself.
I'd love to do that. That really resonates when you're talking. Like, I want to hug a cacao.
You want to hug a cacao tree. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful, because the cacao tree is a very unique species. Originally cacao, the biggest cacao farms is actually in Africa.
Oh, right. Really?
It's not South America, it's Africa. But we can't get access to that because it's all cartelled.
Really?
Africa.
Cartelled. Wow.
And in South America. So we have to be...
I don't know what we're saying.
But it has gone very commercialised. Cacao now as well. And people have to say, well, what's the difference? So in a nutshell, you have the cacao pods, and in which you have the Criollo and the Forester cacao, which are like your pure cacaos. But then there's a lot of hybrids that are coming in as well, like a lot with plants, that you see growing. Grafting that goes on as well, of making the super species. A lot that is going on now, because obviously the farmers want to make a profit and become wealthy. So thinking how we can make it grow quicker and how we can make it better. And, how it goes. So then they harvest the cacao pods, and inside the cacao pods is your cacao beans, which are surrounded by the pulp, which you can also eat. So they put the beans out to dry. Obviously it's very warm over there, so it kind of semi-ferments as well. So the pulp kind of disappears, and then they take the outer shells off the cacao, and then they grind it into what they call a paste and put it into the molds. That is your pure cacao. That's what I source, and then I have it shipped over in big blocks, which I then break up and package up for my customers or to use as well. But then from these big blocks, the chocolate companies will buy the cacao, and they'll take out the cacao butter, which will go to the cosmetic or the food industry. Then the leftover cacao will then go into your commercial chocolate bars.
So what about the cacao? Because I started with cacao from, I don't know, an organic one from Holland and Barrett or Grape Tree. And I thought, this is nice. But when I actually had the ceremony grade, I was blown away. It was unbelievable. So what are they using?
it gets processed more.
Why would you want to process it again or more? I don't.
Ease of use and monetization as well. You know, Western world likes things to be really, really easy. You know, this is why we have kettles. They flip the kettle on, make a cup of coffee. When really buy coffee beans, grind them up, you know, make a perfect brew that way. But people are very much in a rush world and want things quick and easy. You know, think of Amazon Prime. I wanted my parcel yesterday, not today.
Yeah, true.
And so by slowing down, it's taking that responsibility, it's taking that ownership of you. You know, the likes of Holland and Barrett and the Great Tree are amazing because people who are very new to the health and wellness industry or wanting to have natural supplements in their life, it's a great doorway. You know, they want to go off on the high street, they're going out the shop, let's go have a look in there and get to see what the latest marketing is, you know, all the mushrooms, let's go see what's there. So it's a great entrance point. It's a great introduction. And then we step in and we give that bit more of education. Do you actually know what's in the capsules? Do you actually know what's in the powders? It's like, I've always thought, well, when you buy dark chocolate, why do they put a percentage on it? You know, you got your 8%, your 75%. Well, what makes it that? They add in to the chocolate. And I know from us having to do labels for our business, you don't actually have to disclose everything that's in there. No. It's got to be under a certain percentage. If it's under a certain percentage, you don't have to compare it. Sneaky, isn't it?
Yeah. Very sneaky.
So what's the spiritual aspect of cacao and it opens the heart, doesn't it? So how do we make that correlation between this pure chocolate, mother cacao, you know, ceremony and it being heart opening? What's the medicine there that you work with?
It's really that opening the heart.
Yeah.
We get closed off from our hearts so easily just because of way life is and society and work as well. So it's having that gentleness and that nurturing as well. And it's also having that inner strength but also having the courage to release and to let go of what no longer serves us. Because why do we want to carry around all this baggage when we don't really need to? Why are we preventing ourselves from stepping into abundance and everything that is out there for us for the taking? And so by using the cacao and partnering it up with various spices or herbs, or even like with blue lotus, for example, as well, which is just amazing. You know, and other things as well, it just enhances. It really, it is a plant medicine. And a lot of people think that it isn't because it's chocolate and it's just a gentle, but it can be so potent. You know, it's like that feminine energy. They think, it's just a feminine energy, but boy, can it be strong? Yeah. It can be really, really strong. And you can have too much cacao as well. Really.
Yeah.
Carrie's done that.
Yeah.
It's not a pleasant experience, is it?
Yeah.
Well, if you're not used to it, I mean, it really gave me a headache. Gave me a headache, but I don't know whether that's And if I haven't had it for a long time, I'll get a headache. With the ceremony grade. So
the ceremony grade it can be quite strong. Because like for a daily dose, you're thinking about between 15 to 21 grams per serving. For a ceremonial dose, I do about 42 grams per person.
You do?
Oh, wow.
Wow, ceremony.
You're hardcore.
Let's get to the root of the problem.
Well, actually,
let's get it gone.
The next question then is talk me through a ceremony.
So we've actually got one on Sunday, which I'm really looking forward to. It's still going to be energy of the new moon as well. So we're really inviting in like the inner child energy as well. You know, it's the lightness, isn't it? You know, what's stopping us from moving forward? Because we can get too serious with life, can't we? And, you know, so we generally in standard do a 3-hour one where we sit and we have cacao. I generally just share about cacao, particularly if it's new people that's come along. We have a community that generally comes month after month. It's amazing to see their growth and their change as well. So we sit the intention. We generally have a share as well. So whatever is coming up, people feel very safe and heard. It's a very closed environment. So they know that whatever is said isn't repeated outside as well. And sometimes people don't want to share, and that's absolutely okay.
Yeah.
And then we generally like a bit of, I sing as well. Oh, when I first started doing Cacao Ceremonies, I do. But
I love that. What do you sing?
Cacao song. I'm not going to sing it.
I've heard Deb do a cacao song.
I think it's the same one. That,
Is it?
Yeah. So I've heard it and I really like this.
Yeah.
Adapt it to my own way. So
I was going to attempt it then. Oh no.
Go on.
Yeah, that's it.
Go on.
Oh no. I just know that word.
Cacacita, la medicina, cacacita.
Yeah.
And then it's cura,
Yes,
then limpia.
Yeah,
That's Facilitator, which translates as cacao the medicine. Translate it, cleans my soul, limpia is clean my soul, and cura is heal my heart.
Wow.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
So, and then sometimes we'll have a drum. I sing as well. When I first started doing Cacao, I was absolutely bricking it, but over myself and just I'm just going to do it anyway. Yeah. And then we invite them into a guided meditation, so it gets nice and comfy. And Matt leads them through a guided meditation, and then that leads on to crystal singing bowls. But the beauty is, and this is where the magic happens, is that I'm an energy healer too. Yeah. So because our groups are quite small and intimate, I have the opportunity to go around each person to do some energy work.
Oh, that's nice.
Matt is playing the singing bowls, because we get each other, and he's an energy healer too, is that he knows where I'm working. So if I'm on a specific point on the person, he enhances the healing with the bowls. And it's amazing. And at some points I'm probably rocking backwards and forwards because the energy is just like being enhanced from the vibration of the singing bowls through to me, to the person on the floor. And then I do card pulls. So after I've been to that person, I have 2 decks of cards that are around the altar, and I just go and pull either 1, 2, 3, however many cards I get guided to, and just place it next to that person. And it blows me away,
like
every time when people come through, they're like,
I know.
How do you know that? So I'm like, I don't. Kate, how do you go through every single card? I'm like, no, because they're all face down. I just pull. And they all love that, because sometimes they get the same card as I did the other month, and they're like, it's because you're not listening, are you? And I'm like, no, I'm not. And then we have another share, and then we close circle, and then we have tea and cake afterwards.
I love that.
It just gives them a chance just to share and to chat of building that community.
To say community.
It is. It's important, but also so we can doubly check that everyone is grounded and as well.
There's that sugar again.
The sugar
ground.
Oh yeah, we were talking about. Okay, so we're talking about grounding.
Yeah.
Why is it when you work with energy? I don't know whether you've heard the word. I need a grounding biscuit. Okay, and then straight away you feel grounded. But then I said it doesn't work with a carrot. You need a carrot, but it only works. And the sugar seems to help with the grounding. And I know there's healthy, better sugars, than a normal chocolate bar. But I'm like, why is that? Why? I mean, I think it's to do with the whole having something to eat, making you feel grounded.
Do you know what? I come home after having a ceremony. Do you know what I always go for?
What?
Hot buttered salty toast.
Really?
Oh, you can't
salty butter on the toast.
Salty butter.
Salty butter.
White or brown bread.
It's got sourdough. Yeah, it's like a proper. Well, we've got
we do like sourdough.
And that's what I always go to, is the saltiness.
The grounding. So something about
comes from my granddad that as well. He loved his butter.
So do I. Craig always
salty
me.
ones.
Yeah.
How much butter have you got?
I know, it's dripping down your hands.
He just has like a little sliver. Who would have a little sliver? No.
Right. What about croissants? Like the hot butter is running down. Yeah,
exactly.
Nice.
Oh, well, my darling.
Yeah, good question. Why is it?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to find somebody to talk about.
Yeah, she's going to find out.
Really fascinating.
Yeah,
I find it very fascinating. Yeah.
So, how do people find you? If people want, we'll put all of your details on our link. But just tell us who you are again. You know, your name of your business, which is beautiful. I love it.
Earth.
Enchanted
so
Earth.
Website enchantedearth.org.
Yeah.
And all the cacao and the retreats is on Return to Awareness. And Instagram is both the same, Return to Awareness and EnchantedEarth.org. You can find us there as well.
Wonderful.
Amazing.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much for talking to us.
Hi everybody, if you've found great value from our content today, please subscribe below and comment and like. I sound like a right YouTuber now. So my question to you is, where do you need more fire in your life?